Good morning, or is it after? No, it's good morning yet. Hello, everyone. BanDana Gramma here, and I am just popping in to give an update and to announce that I am only 12 subs away from 2,000 subscribers. So that means very soon we'll be having that 2,000 subscriber giveaway where I'll be giving away an O-Cedar Easy Ring Mop and Bucket, the kind that you've seen me use in my videos. And the O-Cedar company were kind enough to say they would donate that for me. I asked them and they said yes, because so many people had inquired about it when they saw it in my videos. So the rules for the giveaway are that you need to share any one of my videos on social media, anyone you like, just share one. And you need to be a subscriber, and then go to my 2,000 subscriber video, the giveaway video, and like that and make a comment telling me what video you shared and where you shared it. That's it. So, like, subscribe, comment, the normal things. And the instructions will be below, and they'll also be on the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So I wanted to announce that. Now, I am looking to see if I can pull up the chat on my Kindle. And as usual, it's being stubborn, and I'm not seeing the chat. And I don't know why. It's not showing me this broadcast, this live stream. I see BanDana Gramma channel, but the most recent thing on there is my super fun day trip with my sisters, the video I put up. I don't see an announcement for this live stream. So that means the chat is not there, and I don't know why. But what I'm going to do is I'll chit-chat with you a little here, and you chit-chat among yourselves there in the live stream. I'm going to trust you're there because it does say I'm live. And then I'll tell you what's going on here, catch you up a bit. I've got a couple of things in the mail that I'm going to talk about. And that's about it. It won't be a whole lot this morning. Now, I haven't been on in a while with a live stream. We've been traveling. And I traveled with my husband to Massachusetts to visit our son and grandkids. And you may have seen the videos of my kids singing, my grandkids singing, my Massachusetts grandkids singing, and also them jumping off a bridge into the water. So that was a fun time for us to visit with them. And then we drove over to New York. That was in Massachusetts. Then we drove over to upstate New York, to the area that my husband and I grew up in and where my sisters still live. And we visited with my family and his family. And my sisters and I took a fun trip to Saratoga. And I put a video up about that too, where we went to the Saratoga racetrack and to Yaddo Gardens, and just the fun time I had with my sisters, who are two wonderful people, two beautiful women that I love. And so that was a very special time for me to spend time with my sisters. Doesn't happen too often, nor do I get to see my Massachusetts grandkids too often. So that was very, very special for me. I'm going to keep looking over here to see if that pops up. It ain't. Okay, and now for mail. I haven't checked it in about a week, so I need to go back soon to check our post office box. But I did get something that was waiting for me a week or two ago, and it was from my friend Boxer Lover in California, all the way from California. And Boxer Lover, or Valerie, so sweet, and sent me some more bandanas. And I'm going to show you what she sent. Here's a fun one. Some happy faces, silly faces, mad faces, surprise faces, horror faces. So that's a fun one. Then she sent me this beautiful one in pinks and purples and oranges, another bandana. And she sent me this one. I think this is my favorite. I love this one. Isn't that pretty? I can wear that with all kinds of colors. Another beautiful bandana. And then she sent me a flamingo bandana. Isn't that cute? So, Valerie, thank you so much for being so sweet and thinking of me and sending those bandanas. All right, another thing I got, you may remember that I mentioned before that I had received a influencer pinch me box that I shared and showed you everything that was in the pinch me box. Well, I got a smaller one. This is more the size that people who aren't YouTubers get. And it had a few things in it. I thought I'd at least show you what comes in them. This one isn't super full, but it came with a coupon $30 off HelloFresh and $30 off your first box and free shipping, and they give you a code to use, and one per household for new customers only. So that's a $30 off that service. Then I've got a coupon for a free 8x8 photo book through Shutterfly with a code on that one. And I got, oh, that's not even with Pinch Me. I put that in there by mistake. A sample of ranch dressing. This is Hidden Valley ranch dressing. That would do 2 salads for me because I use very little dressing on my salad. And I also got Orbit White Spearmint Gum. And I'll use this. I love spearmint, and who's not for whitening their teeth? So that's cool. All right. So that was what was in the Pinch Me box. And in case you don't know, Pinch Me is a service you can sign up with online, pinchme.com. Doesn't cost a penny. Doesn't cost shipping. Doesn't cost any old thing. You just sign up and give them your information. They have you fill out these little demographic cards. And if your demographics match the audience they're looking for their advertisers, their manufacturers, they'll send you samples. And they ask you, after you get them, to go to the site online and review them. And just say, I like this, yes, I didn't like this, no, and why. And that's all there is to it. Pinchme.com. Okay, I'm going to take you out to the garden. While we were gone, some bad things happened. I didn't have as much mulch out there this year as I usually have. So it wasn't protected as much from drying out as it usually is when I do put a lot of mulch down. And I had sprayed organically for bugs before I left, but we were gone quite a while. And I always get hit with squash bugs and squash borers, and they did my squash in. I didn't have a whole lot of squash anyway. I was really hopeful my spaghetti squash would grow. I love spaghetti squash, use it all the time, and it's expensive when you have to buy it, so I thought, I'm going to plant spaghetti squash, and it'll save me a ton of money. Well, I got one hanging there, and it's small, and I'm not even sure it has to be just spaghetti squash. It's green, and it almost looks like it might have crossed with zucchini, but I didn't plant any zucchini. So anyway, it doesn't look like it's going to do much. And my cucumbers, they started growing, but they're looking pretty sad too. However, my tomatoes look pretty good. I've already gotten, I think, 3-gallon bags of the little round red tomatoes in the freezer. And I've been slicing and eating the black Krim, which were delicious. We had our first BLTs with those last week. And the little tomatoes are still putting out really well. My peppers are doing well. They're not huge yet, for sure. They're small. But every year I do well with peppers. So my soil must be right for peppers. Maybe not for everything else. And you already heard the sad news about my fruit trees, that right when my fruit was looking wonderful on my baby Asian pear and my baby peach trees, the dwarf fruit trees, that something got every single piece of fruit off them. I think it was squirrels or raccoons, but within 2 days' time, every piece of fruit was gone. Without a trace. It was so strange. But next year I'll know better, and I'm going to have to really be diligent about putting some sort of screening or netting around the trees. I'm going to have to cut them back quite a bit this year, and I have to read up on that because I don't want to cut them back so far that, I cut off whatever's going to fruit. And I'm not real knowledgeable about those things, so I have to do some research. And I'm open for advice from you folks. But they're getting pretty tall, and I wanted to keep them small. That's why I bought dwarf fruit trees. And I'm thinking I got to be careful that when I planted them, the graft where the dwarf tree is grafted onto or I guess it's the regular tree is grafted onto a dwarf root, or vice versa. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about it. But I think you're supposed to keep the area around that graft free of the soil so that the part you don't want to root doesn't root, that it stays dwarf. And over the last year or so, things have filled in the hole and they've gotten covered. So I'm hoping that this growth isn't because it's reverting back to full size. I'm hoping it's just, bigger than I thought it was going to be. And I can cut them back. But I need advice. I need a lot of research on that. My son-in-law came and mowed yesterday. My husband had surgery recently, and he can't get out and push the lawnmower yet, and my hand is still not right, so I got to be careful what I do, too. So my son-in-law came and mowed for us, bless his heart. Thank you, Nick. And then I have a college-age kid I've been paying to come and do some weeding and trimming for me because my hand just doesn't work the trimmers that well yet. So that at least got done. My furniture that belongs around that fire pit, it's been pushed into the garden because they mowed and it hasn't been put back yet, but you'll see that. So I'm going out and I'm going to show you what there is to see of the vegetable garden. It's far from great, and you'll see how the good stuff went to rack and ruin. Even my collards and broccoli and cauliflower have been eaten. The leaves got all big holes in them, eaten away by the bugs. So I got to spray them again, but I don't know if it's in time to catch it or not. When I'm done showing the garden, I'm going to go into the computer, and then I'll be able to see your comments there. So keep the comments coming, and I'll answer any questions or comments when I get back inside. So let's go out to the garden. Now, if I lose you, it's because my Wi-Fi is not as strong as it should be. But I'll pick up again when I go back inside. Okay. Now, this was my lettuce bed and my
Woo! It's working. Okay. Yay. Now probably everybody's gone, but it's working. All right. So who's hardcore here? Who stuck around while I fiddled and got it? Oh, it says it's green light, so it's a good live stream. Strong signal. Wow. Okay, well, now that I'm here, let me see how many are still hanging around. Hi, Virginia, Marie, all sorts. Allison, woohoo! I should know Allison would be there. She's always true blue. It says only one watching now. Well, you're good now, Grandma. Okay, I changed cameras. I've got a camera on the top of my computer here, a webcam, and I put that on through my OBS. Buffering still. My husband's oh, I see that. My husband's probably using the Wi-Fi on the TV. I don't dare ask him not to because he's been out running around all morning and he just got back in to sit down. So if it's too bad, I'll just get off. But okay, any questions about the garden or my trips or my homestead in general or me? Yes, and just started using Google Hangouts. Yes, Sullivan family. Hi, Dana. Yeah, I'm going to have to try doing that, I think. I guess I can use Google Hangouts on my iPad, can I? It stops so much of the buffering on my end. Okay. Anna's here. Hello, Anna. Marie has no buffering. Go figure. Who can figure this stuff out? I don't know. Well, as you see, my garden isn't so great this year. I had to let a lot of it go just from not being able to keep up with it because of my injury and our traveling. Buffering good now. No buffering. Good. Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, sure can. And actually, if you've updated your YouTube app, they've made it very easy to just go live from there. Okay? I'm always afraid I don't know how to shut things down once I start them up, you know? And if you want to know something funny, I used to use my iPad to watch videos while I was in the tub, but now I'm afraid to because I'm afraid I'm going to push a wrong button and go live or something. That would be horrible. Did you ever think about that? Yeah. 10 members on now. Good. Yeah, knowing me, I would do something like that. I would hit a wrong button or not turn something off from an earlier. Oh, it'd be a lot of sad views, I'm sure. It'd be awful. I'd go viral though, no matter what. I don't think I want to do it that way. Hello. Hello, Anna. Okay, now how many here are going to go to the Homesteaders of America conference? I know Dana from Sullivan Family Homestead is going. She is going to be demonstrating weaving or spinning or something. Spinning, I think. Put a piece of tape over the camera and still enjoy bath time with the iPad. That's a good idea, all sorts. That's a good idea. I used to love to bring my iPad in and just take a nice soak and watch the videos, but I haven't been doing it ever since I started going live on that thing. You know, we'll be there. Yes, I know Dana's going to be there at the conference. I'm so looking forward to it. Yarn spinning. Okay, good. Now, how many of you saw my video with my grandkids singing? I mean, they're not professionals or anything, but aren't they sweet? They're just as sweet as can be. I love those kids. And then them jumping off the bridge. That Tatum, the oldest one, she's fearless. She is such an athlete. She is not tall. She's only like 5'2", and she's playing basketball on the varsity team. She's playing lacrosse, and she's a terror out there. She is amazing. She's playing field hockey. She's really good. And her brothers are really good too. Micah is very interested in sports. And Isaac, the youngest one, he plays a lot of sports, but he's also into personal running and things like that he likes to do. So they're great kids. I don't get to see them anywhere near as often as I'd like to because they're out in Massachusetts. So, yeah. Maybe after Christmas. Sometimes they come this way after Christmas for a visit. If my son can get off, he has his own store, so he has to get people to cover and all that. It's always difficult when you own your own business to get away. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be doing anything at the conference, like I'm not demonstrating or speaking or anything like that. I'm just going to meet everybody and see the main speakers and enjoy the company. I thought about getting a table and doing aprons or my sweater mittens or jams and jellies and things like that, but it's only a one-day conference, and I'm afraid that I couldn't man the table and be happy because I wouldn't be able to go around and see everybody and do things. So you can go to them. Oh, not really. My husband's still working and he can't get away. So I went to Amish Market in Kelowna, Iowa. That is my way of living. I would just love to live that way. I visit Lancaster, Pennsylvania quite often. There's lots of Amish up there, and we enjoy our trips there very much. Of course, I'm pulled two ways up there. I love the simple life, and I enjoy all the things going on there. But I also enjoy the shopping outlets out there, and it really pulls me in different directions. So, yeah, I'm a two-minded person when it comes to that, I guess. Hello, Blind Mama. How are you, babe? Glad to have you here. Jerry. I was trying to remember your name. That's Jerry. And if you don't know Jerry's channel, go check her out. My Blind Mama's Messy Kitchen. She and her daughter do a lot of cooking on there. And yes, Jerry is blind, but she just shines brightly with her wonderful personality. And she has the cutest little girl that works right next to her. So check out Jerry's channel, My Blind Mama's Messy Kitchen. She does a great job with that channel. Yeah. So, any questions before I move on for lack of chit chat? Now, all sorts. I believe you're overseas. Are you England or Australia? Are you the one I'm thinking of? Am I right in that? You're welcome, Jerry. You deserve it. And I think your husband's a prince for all the editing and things he does for you. I think that's great. You know what? There's another channel I want to give a shout out to. And she doesn't need my shout out. But this channel is only about 2 months old. And it's called My New Me. My New Me. And it's this woman who started a channel 2 months ago after she had been taken quite ill, was put in the hospital, was laid up in the hospital for quite a while. I think she was even unconscious for a long time. And when she was out of the hospital and sent back home, she still couldn't do a lot on her own. And her house fell to rack and ruin. And it was a total disaster. And she got very, very depressed. And it got to the point where she didn't have the will to get up and do anything. And things got worse and worse and worse. And then one day she started feeling a little more up and a little better. And she said, I'm going to clean up this mess. And she titles her first video something like, Watch me clean up my disgusting kitchen. I mean, really, it looked like something out of Hoarders. It was pretty bad. But she was so inspiring because she was making herself get up and do it after, she got a little glimmer of hope that she was feeling better. Again, it's called My New Me. And in 2 months, she has over 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers. She has a wonderful son who's helping her and encouraging her with her channel. And even though she has a lot of subscribers, she is the sort that could use every little bit of encouragement we could give her. So go to My New Me, subscribe, and flood her with loving comments and encourage her because she's really doing a good job pulling her life together again. So that's my shout out for My New Me. Yes, MAD, she is. She is. Yep. Okay, Jerry, you tell him I said that. I think he's a prince. Yeah. And My New Me, she also is funny. She has a great sense of humor, and she'll talk to her cats, and she'll talk about things that she's cleaning. She's got wit. I really enjoy listening to her. So, yeah, My New Me. That's right. I think she's great. So, I'm going to ask you guys, do you have any channels you'd like to shout out? Let's do it. Let's promote other people. Let's help them with their channel. Here I am ready to hit 2,000 subscribers, and what better way to celebrate than to help other channels? So if you know a channel you think is really cool, put it up there. I've done a lot of sports growing up, 16 years, softball, running 10 miles a day, pro women's arm wrestling. Woo! That's a lot, Anna. What happened to your garden while you were away? The bugs got it. Yeah. The squash bugs and squash borers, I fight them every year with organics. They just got ahead of me. I was gone 3 weeks, and usually I have enough mulch down on the garden that it really helps to protect it and hold the moisture in. it just didn't happen this year, and I lost a lot. But my tomatoes and peppers are doing okay, so I'll rejoice in that, count my blessings. But unfortunately, my spaghetti squash and my cucumbers, I've, I should just stop trying to plant them because I never am successful. I might get a few and then the bugs completely take over. Now, I have to admit that I'm very tempted next year to use cringe, don't yell at me. But I was watching Larry what's his name? Larry, you probably know him because he's a very popular YouTube channel. It begins with a P. But he does both organic and chemical gardening depending on what's needed. And I've never used any chemicals in the garden, but I'm not getting the vegetables I want. It's like either I use it or I get nothing. So what he suggested doing was close your ears, you don't want to hear it, using 7 dust on the very root of the squash plants so that when the squash borer tries to go in there or when the newly ones start eating, that they'll eat the 7 dust or be touched by this. I don't know how it works. But not to put it on the leaves, not to put it on the flowers, not to put it on the fruit. Just get it on the very base of the leaf of the stem where it goes into the ground. And he said he stopped having. And he's in Maryland. He's near me. He said that helped him. And I'm getting to the point where I might do that. I just have had no success trying to fight them with all these other methods that are organic. And when it comes to either having fruit or not, or having vegetables or not, I'm tempted to do it. All right. On a video coming up, I want to show you a quilt. Whoops, wait, I lost it. I want to show you a quilt I made for my daughter with pink bandanas. And Levi, makes me think of you now. Oh, Jerry, I'd love to see that. A quilt made from bandanas. Now, if I remember correctly, Jerry, you had your site till you were 12 or 13, something like that. So you kind of know what things look like if you can remember that. So I just find that so interesting that you would make a quilt with pink bandanas and Levi. So I think you mean like blue jean material. Oh, Levi, or maybe pink bandanas and blue jean material. That is so cool. I was thinking about making a peasant skirt out of light denim and bandanas or an apron. Flipping squash bugs. You got that right, all sorts. Ugh. Okay, I think all sorts is calling out channels she likes. Moore's to Life, Sutton's Days, Cab 7. I've heard of all them. Dark Matter. Haven't heard of that. And Two Family Homestead, of course. They're going to interview me. Two Family Homestead's going to interview me, either September or October. I'm scared to death. You guys, if you're going to what, you got to write out some questions because I can just see me being a deer in the headlights when they're interviewing me. So come and help me out when they do. All right, Boy Mama, I plan on binge watching when off of live chat here. Great, MAD. I'll make sure I didn't skip anybody. Love her quirky sense of humor. Yes, she does. My new me does have a fun sense of humor. And she's so humble. She showed you the worst of it. And that mattress that she started out with, she told us she'd been sick on it before she went in the hospital and the animals had got, and it was terrible looking. And she got out the bleach and she scrubbed that thing and it looked great when she was done. Hey, girlfriend, Farmer Meemaw. How are you, hon? Always a pleasure to find you on my live chat. Brenda, all sorts. I like Two Family Homestead. They're great. Daryl and don't tell me. I know. Daryl and I want to say Kristen. I know that's not it. Daryl and tell you, getting old is the pits. I have all these blank pieces that come up when I try to talk about something. Ah, okay, Sherry. Yes, Daryl and Sherry. Thank you. I know her name as well as I know my own, but it wasn't there just then. Yeah, Daryl and Sherry are great. They're so giving and sweet. And their granddaughter was so sweet to send me bandanas. She actually likes my channel. Can you imagine that? A little 7-year-old girl likes BanDana Gramma channel. It's crazy. So that really made my day when she told me that. And Daryl's so helpful, not only because he just started this tutorial on how to use Filmora, but even before that, if you had a question or were unsure how to do something technical, he was always right there to help you do it. Just had to ask. Okay. Well, if my new me can get up and back at it, maybe there is hope for me. We all have fallen into those ruts, don't we? We fall into a hole and we just think, what's the use? What's the sense? Sometimes we just get depressed and, yep, hang in there until the good times come again. This too shall pass, as the Bible says. You know, kind of, that's me. I kind of try to abide on the vine when I can't seem to get enough. We should not always depend on ourselves all the time anyway, but always seek the Lord's strength to do everything we do. But there are times when that's all we have is the strength of the Lord, and He gives us rest too. And I think He can use those times when we're down to humble us and help us to understand about other people having trouble. I have videos, things that I like, but none of my own. I have hundreds of helping videos, though. Yeah, isn't YouTube? We don't need encyclopedias or how-to books anymore. As long as we have the internet up, who knows if we'll always have that. But like just today, our refrigerator stopped working, and I was able to go on YouTube, and there was tons of how to fix your refrigerator things there. And we did it with the washer, and we're not mechanically inclined, not even a little bit. So that always helps. Okay, Sherry, yeah. All right, somebody's doing really well. He's hanging out with the Polish girls. Okay, I missed that one. I'll have to go back. How's your little? Oh, how's your little boy chick I watched being born? Okay, Charlotte's boy. I didn't know who was whole hanging out with the Polish girls. My last name ends in SKI, so that caught my attention. But of course, it's my husband who's Polish. I've been face first in the Bible the past few months. Hey, that's the place to be. Let the Lord minister to you. He's way too little for that. Yeah, those chickens grow fast. Yeah, the world is beating up folks. And it's sad when we beat up each other too. Even those of us who claim to be of faith, we got to be careful. Sometimes our pride or our self-defense mechanisms make us want to say things that maybe would be best kept quiet. And I just want to lift people up. I don't want to put people down or point fingers. I've had my own deficiencies enough to know that people go through some seasons that they're not proud of, and we need to lift them up and not call them down, pull them down. Bye, Brenda. Hubby calls for lunch. Have a good day. Aw. Pip is hanging out with the girls. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. You're absolutely right. It's far too easy to open our mouths and let out hateful or mean things. It's also too easy to let fear make us do things that faith would release us from. I'm learning that too. Yep. I just saw this. Hi. Hey, Half Acre. You missed all the trouble then. I had I had started out on my back porch and gave a little update on some things and talked about how I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. I'm I think 12. At least when I started this, I was 12 subscribers from 2,000, and we're having a big giveaway. A big giveaway of an Cedar Easy Spin Mop and Bucket when I hit 2,000. So I got on to talk about that. Then we took a tour of my garden, and I lost sound when I was walking around out there. So we came in here, and I was trying to get the sound up, and it didn't work. So I switched cameras, and now you can hear me. So I'm glad that worked. And I'm up to a whopping 13 viewers now. But that's what happens when you mess up your live stream. Dana says, you're absolutely right, darling, 100%. Yeah, letting fear make you do things that faith would tell you not to do. Yep. People get hurt by that. And we can hurt ourselves and we can hurt other people by doing that. Okay, Ellison, I have a little herb garden on my balcony. I thought a bug got my Italian parsley. Found out my puppy munches on it every night. Well, I bet he has great breath now, Allison. Puppies don't have bad breath, but dogs can have bad breath. So maybe if you teach him to chew it now, when he gets to be a dog, his breath will stay fresh. Dark matter is funny. Tell me what dark matter channel's about. I don't know about that one. You look and sound great. Aw, thank you, Half Acre. Inside, this little webcam camera seems to do it for me. My husband is using the Wi-Fi. I can hear him. He's got the Wi-Fi news on out there. So, that may put a strain on the Wi-Fi, but so far so good. Live and love. Yes, sir. Yes, Virginia. Okay, someone had asked about my hand. For those of you who weren't up on this, I had cut my hand with glass right to the bone, severed the tendons in this ring finger. So it was floppy and it wouldn't respond. I couldn't move it, nothing. Had surgery done, had it in a splint for 6 weeks, unable to move it at all. And now it's been out and I'm doing all these exercises. But my hand is so weak, it really limits me. And if you see, my left hand will do this, and my right hand should do that, but that's as best I can do it. You see that ring finger will not pull in, and even this finger, my middle finger, I have arthritis, and it seemed to get worse after the injury. So it's just not strong enough to do the things I want it to do. The left hand is stronger, but the left hand is weaker than the right hand used to be. So I am limited. However, they did tell me 4 to 6 months before I would get what I'm going to get. I think I'm going to have either a second surgery to get back the use I want, or to just make do with what I've got. So they say scar tissue here, and I can feel it when I bend my finger. It feels like I've got a big gold band right here. I can't. Right here, it's really thick and tough, and I think it's a scar tissue that's partially limiting the movement of that finger. So, but I'm counting my blessings. I can move it again. There are things I can do with my hand now I couldn't do before. I snapped a tendon in my left ring finger in 1980, and it still doesn't close all the way. Now, they told me I should be able to I'll do it with my left hand. They said that's what they're looking for, that I might not be able to pull it in, but I should be able to at least touch it like that, and which would be fine, because then when I scoop something, it won't all fall out. But right now, when I try to scoop something, it all falls out of this hole, and I can't do it. Or if I need to hold something tight that needs the strength of all the fingers, these 2 fingers here just aren't strong enough to hold it tight where I can get a good grip on things. So, at my age, I guess you got to start figuring things are going to start going. My dad did the same thing, BanDana. The more time that goes by, the better it got, but the winter was bad on his. Yeah, it'll get better. I hope so. I'm really, to be honest, I'm starting to feel this is the best it's going to be, even though they tell me it's 4 to 6 months, because no matter how much I do, it doesn't budge a bit more. And I think it's in my mind that it's not going to do any better, but I'll wait the time they said and we'll see. That is what mine does. That is what mine does, so I can use my hand fine now. Oh, she must mean that it will close like this, where you can actually close the hand, even though it won't pull in like that. I would settle for that and be happy if I could get the strength back and close off that hole so that I don't drop everything. Dana has to get back to work. Thanks for the fabulous chat. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I hope to see you all at our live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for reminding me, Dana. I have trouble keeping everybody straight what nights they're on because I like to watch so many. But I'll try and get on your live stream too, Dana. Thanks for coming by, hon. And I'll see you in October for sure. Lord willing, if I'm still kicking, I'll be there. No, do not think that. I know. I know. I shouldn't. All right. Teasers, pleasers. I didn't say hello to you, did I? Yeah, I'm going to be canning. I hope to be canning this afternoon. I got everything cut up. I got my jars washed. I hope to be canning beef this afternoon, and I'll probably be filming it. I don't know if I'll go live, but I'll probably be filming it, doing a video. I'll hug your neck, Dana, when we see you in October. I can't wait to see Dana, and I can't wait to see Alderman Farms, Tommy and Patty. Love those people. So that's another channel I'll shout out is Alderman Farms with Tommy and Patty. Wonderful people. I have great respect for them. Yeah, I'm going to be canning beef chunks in jars, probably pint jars, and then I want to take some of it and make beef stew and beef soup and put them in jars, in quart jars. I have a new Instant Pot. Do you have a beef stew recipe? I don't think I've done beef stew in the Instant Pot yet. I've canned beef stew before. But that's something I should do because we did cut one of the pieces of meat in half so I could use it as a roast. So maybe this week I'll do roast beef in the Instant Pot. Yeah, I can make a video on that. It's a good idea. Thank you, Allison. My Instant Pot isn't a Instant Pot, but it's the same type of thing. It's Elite. What do they call it? Elite pressure cooker, electric pressure cooker. But it works the same way. Yes, please sub each other. We're here to help each other. Yeah. Did you see Tara on living on a dime? Got herself an off-brand Instapot and decided right away she didn't like it. She tried rice in it and said it wasn't any faster, but I don't think she gave it a good try. I think she gets frustrated too easy sometimes and didn't give it enough try. She should have tried it for the things that it's best at. So Mike encouraged her to get a real Instapot because he thinks they might work a little faster and better. I don't know if they do or not. I'm kind of happy with mine. MAD. I have that one. The Elite one. Mine is the power pressure cooker. It all works the same, right? I believe it does. I think they're all basically the same. Now, I may upset some of you here, but even though they say you can use it for canning, I don't trust them. You don't know how they vent. You don't know at what pressure they hold because there's no indicator. I don't trust that the manufacturers of those Instapots know enough about canning to know whether it's totally safe or not, even though the directions say you can. And if you go to the people who do know, like the agricultural people or Ball Canning, they'll tell you not to trust them too. And I know there's a bunch of you rebels out there who don't want to listen to them, but I'm not one of those people. I think, yeah, I'd rather be safe. So I don't trust it for canning. I just don't. Maybe for jams and jellies and things like that, but not for other things. Because another thing they didn't suggest it, encourage, suggest, recommend. They didn't recommend it for meat, but it's okay to do low acid veggies. Well, I think they had it backward. I don't even think they know what they were saying. They were thinking low acid veggies were the safe ones. Those are the unsafe ones. So I really don't trust them, the people that made it. Good. Teasers agrees with me. I'm glad somebody does. I just don't trust it at all. It's good for lots of things, but I would not trust it for canning. Not to be safe. Darling, nothing to be afraid of to use a pressure cooker. No, I use a pressure cooker. Let's see, who's she talking to? Yeah, I have a pressure canner, the Presto. I have a 23-quart Presto canner that I use on my stovetop. I love that. And I think the All-American is probably the best. But I have a glass top stove. And while I trust my glass top stove for canning because it's got heavy glass that can support it, it has the extra large burner that is within a ½ inch of the circumference of the canning pot, which is what's recommended. And when I watch my gauge, the heat that comes on and off never falls below the recommended pressure. Those things are all important. Uh-oh, it says I'm offline. I just saw it went offline and on again. So I'll repeat that sentence, that my glass top stove I trust because it has a thick glass that supports the weight. It has an extra large burner, one extra large burner that comes within a ½ inch circumference of the canner itself, which is what's recommended. And that when I watch the pressure gauge, when it's electric, so when the heat comes on and off, it never falls. I can set it so it doesn't fall below the recommended amount of pressure. So I trust it fully for that. But I don't think I could use an All-American canner, even though they're the creme de la creme of canners, really good canners, because I believe the bottom of those has grooves. And with a glass top stove, they don't recommend grooved cookware or canners or anything like that. I don't know if it's because of uneven heat, or I don't know the reason. I just know it's not recommended. So I couldn't use the All-American on there. And it probably weighs more too. I think it's heavier. Okay, let's see what I'm missing here. This is Anna. I had several surgeries to hands, thumb, wrist, elbow, shoulder. Still hard to grip. Trigger finger issues now. Yeah, they told me my middle finger had trigger finger issues. So Anna, I'm sorry you had to go through all that. I know bad weather must make you feel bad. The electric pressure cookers are so safe to use. Yeah, I believe they are for pressure cooking, and because you can walk away. I would never walk away from my stovetop pressure cooker, but the electric ones, if they're working properly, I think it's good. You don't have to babysit them so closely. It's freeing. I just looked. I have an Instant Pot. Well, you got the hoity-toity one, Allison. You got the brand name Instant Pot. I think they're all pretty much the same. Oh, there we go. I'm afraid of pressure cookers, but love the electric pressure cooker. Yeah, all of them are so much safer now because when you think about the electric or the regular stovetop pressure cookers, they have several safety features on them now, including that little rubber black seal that pops in there. Because if your pressure cooker is going to blow, that little seal is going to pop out first before the can blows. And when that pops out, it'll just vent everything right out of there. So that makes them a whole lot safer. Although I never would walk away from it and leave it. I stay right there in the kitchen. That's when my kitchen gets the cleanest, is when I'm pressure canning, because I figure I'm held captive in my kitchen by my pressure canner. I might as well use my time wisely, so I use it to clean the kitchen. That's another good reason for me to can today. My kitchen needs cleaning. All right, I have a Nesco electric pressure cooker. I don't think I've heard of that one. I think I have a Nesco. Is it Nesco dehydrator? Anyone use the air fryers? I thought about buying. Anna, I really wanted to get one too. I have 7 children grown, and one of my daughters, Jana, lost a lot of weight over the last couple of years, and she had been eating what they call a clean diet. So that, of course, means fresh, as close to fresh as possible, fruits and vegetables, no processed foods, green, raw or cooked is whatever. But she got an air fryer and she loves it. And she told me, Mom, you really need to get one of these. So I would like to do that. And I have been on Amazon shopping around. There's so many choices. It doesn't seem I can zero in on one that feels like, oh, this is the best one. Because if this one has this feature, it doesn't have that feature, or it costs this much more money, and I don't want to pay $150 for one. I want to pay, 80 to 100 maybe for one. Or I've seen some for 60. I was tempted. So yeah, I'd like to get one of those air fryers. Anybody else use them? Okay, Teaser Pleasers has an air fryer. What do you like to use yours for, Teaser? Allison, really do watch. Allison, really watch Pressure. Look, he does a lot of Pressure Luck. He does a lot of recipes. Okay, never heard of that one. My grandmother had one of the older styles that blew on her. I'm scared to use after that. I don't blame you. Those things, they go kapooey. That's pretty scary. All right, my live stream is now in the yellow mode, which means it might be buffering. It's not green anymore. Again, it's probably because my husband's also using the Wi-Fi for the TV. Chicken and pork chops she likes for her. How are French fries in the air fryer? I've heard people say that they turn out well. How about donuts? Can you make donuts in the air fryer? No, still all good. Okay, glad to hear because it's still yellow. Sometimes there's a delay though. It'll be green and then it'll turn yellow now it's green again. So if we got through it all, I guess we're good. What about water bath in oven? I I'd say why? Why not just do it on top of the stove if that's the recommended safe way to do it? What does water bath in the oven do that's better? I don't know. Pressure luck. We'll watch. Yes, donuts. Teaser pleaser. Have you made donuts? Or donuts sound good. Yeah, I mean, they got to be good for you, right? If you make them with an air fryer, no oil, just a spray of oil. I have to try them. I did try oven baked light, no fry donuts before, and they were pretty good. You can't expect them to taste like the ones that are fried to taste, but yeah, making me hungry. Mad says it's making her hungry. Man, I'm assuming you're a woman, but I don't know. So forgive me if I'm calling you she when you're a he. I just don't know. I guess I should go watch your channel if you have a channel. Then I'll know. Down South Housewife. Hello. I'm sorry if you've been in here a while and I didn't notice, but I'm noticing you now. I left an air fryer comment at 12:22. Okay. Allison Butler. Oh, I just see a bunch I missed. I used an air fryer the first time 2 days ago. Fried boneless chicken to die for. I just sprayed the chicken with corn oil in a cheap sprayer bottle from the dollar store. Yay! I gotta get me one of those. I gotta get me an air fryer. Lord knows I need to lose the weight, and anything that would help. You know, if you can make chicken without, I don't fry chicken anyway, but I sure would love the taste of something that tasted more like it was fried. I paid too much. That happens, I guess. Oh, nothing on her channel. Okay, man. I just hate it when I find out that people have been subscribed to my channel and I've been chatting with them and I never realized they have a channel and I could have subscribed to them. Yes, you should get myself a. Yeah, I'll talk to my husband about that. If I about getting a air fryer, and I'll talk to my daughter again who has one. I think she had a smaller one and said she wished she had gotten a bigger one. So, what size do you recommend, teasers? It's usually just my husband and I, but I don't like to buy cookware just for us because with the 7 kids, there's always somebody coming around, and then I want to have enough room to cook for them too. Onion rings are to die for. Oh, you just hit the button with me that time. I love onion rings. That would be great if I could make some onion rings that weren't full of fat. Ooh, that sounds good. Onion rings. Turkey burgers and onion rings. You know, low fat comfort food. That'd be great. The canning Nana. I'll have to try an air fryer. Sounds good. Sandra's homespun life. BanDana Gramma. I would suggest the bigger air fryer. It will give you more room to move food around in, just easier to use. I bought a hold on running to look at the brand that I have here. Okay, she's going to go look at the brand she had. Onion rings, sweet spot. Oh, I love onion rings. hmm Onion rings from Sonic. Onion rings with malt vinegar. We're all going to OD on onion rings now. I tried that. Have you ever tried making the onion rings that Hungry Girl tells you to make? They're, can you hear that? He's turning that. Okay, he turned it back down. Um, Hungry Girl takes, what's that cereal? It's not all brand, but some kind of crunchy, healthy cereal. And she uses that to bread the onion rings and then she bakes them. At Allison, yes. I'm the odd one. Don't like onion rings. I've never tried that, Allison. Okay. Love it on fish. French fries, too. Is that malt you're talking about? Malt vinegar? I know I've seen the vinegar bottles out a lot at French fry places, so I think there's a lot of people that do put vinegars, malt vinegars, and such on their French fries and onion rings. Now, Allison, being out near Boston, do you use a lot of? Well, Old Bay is more like Chesapeake Bay, so I don't know. Does Boston use much Old Bay seasoning out there with their seafood, Allison? Anna, I have lost 150 pounds. They have some on eBay, $49 to $59. Yeah, I've been shopping those. I just don't know which ones to buy because I don't want to get a cheap one if it's not going to be big enough or strong enough, but I don't want to pay more if I can do with less. That's why I haven't bought one yet. I keep shopping and can't decide. Homemaker on the homestead. Just getting home, so I'll have to catch the beginning. Okay, the beginning's a little rough. If I edit this, I'll probably take some of it out because I lost the sound with my other camera and I had to come in here and switch cameras. But in here, it's been going pretty good. Yes, in the restaurants, they use Old Bay. Okay, do I have any mods in here at all? It doesn't look like I do. Luckily, we haven't needed one. I got a ton of them signed up on my... Nope, none of the people I signed up were on here. All right, let me go back down to the bottom. Mine is great for hubby and myself. The size of your air fryer. Yeah, I'm sure. I know they start at 2 quarts something and go up to like 5 quarts. I just don't know which one to get. But I know I don't want to spend $150. That just wouldn't be worth it to me. I'm too, I'll say, frugal for that. Not as frugal as I used to be. Are we talking Fitbit or weight loss? Whatever you want to talk about. We were talking about air fryers, Homemaker on the Homestead, and how air fryers seem to be the new appliance everyone is getting. And I was saying how I wanted to get one. How does someone be a moderator? Well, to be a moderator, I pick some people I trust, and then I have to go to a little button here, and I go to their channel and put their channel URL in a little feature here, and it makes them a moderator, and it gives them a wrench, and that way, if some trolls come in, they can zap them. They can click on them and either ban them or put them in timeout or something like that. Going to put it on my Christmas list. You know, I have 7 grown children. It's starting to pay off because they're starting to give me pretty nice Christmas gifts because they're all grown and they sometimes pool their money and get mom something. So I could definitely put that on my Christmas list. I just don't know if I want to wait till Christmas. I think my air fryer cost me, I believe, $70. Okay, and what's the quarts on that, teasers? Is that like 2.75 or something like that? Homemaker in the Homestead said, I have the big one and I got mine from Walnut online, Walnut, Walmart online for $70. Okay. Did it come with any of the baskets or doodads or accessories that some of them come with? Homemaker? You have no clue what size it is. Okay, teasers. Yeah, I'm shopping around trying to figure out. Some of them have 2 drawers, some of them have one small drawer, some of them have one big drawer. Then I saw these big honking things that were giant, and they were calling them air fryers, but I think they were originally a convection type cooker. Like can't remember the name of the thing that used to be advertised all the time on TV. And then when air fryers came into mode, they started calling that an air fryer because they wanted people to buy it. Hubby always gets me cooking stuff for Christmas because he knows I love cooking and it benefits him. That's right. I just noticed you came back on. Wanted to say hello. My son is coming for a visit, so I will rewatch later. Y'all have a great day. Thank you, Rebecca. So glad to have you in here. I'm sorry I messed up in the beginning, so I couldn't talk to y'all. Okay, Homemaker. Yes, it came with a basket and a trivet. Oh, teasers. It's an Avalon Bay air fryer. Okay. A toaster convection oven does just as good a job as an air fryer. I have a little toaster oven with a convection blower, so maybe I should try that first before I go invest in money. You know what? Marie, I've got it's a good name. Um, Anyway, I was at Goodwill, and there was this convection oven there. It's like a toaster oven with a blower, and it's a really, really good name. And it was brand spanking new, like it had been never used, and it was $20, and I got it. It's been working great. So I should try making, the chicken in that. I usually just use it for bagels and things like that. I put some potatoes in there before. Yeah, I should try that a little bit more before I decide to invest in the air fryer, because I don't know the mechanics of an air fryer. How is it different than a convection toaster oven that blows hot air across to make it cook faster? I wasn't here in the beginning, but I am making bread and butter pickles while I'm listening. Bye, Diane, the canning Nana. Glad you stopped in, hun. Mine is Avalon Bay. One big drawer. It's fun. Okay. So it's 12:38. My honey's probably getting hungry. 3.7 quart air fryer. Well, that's a pretty good size one. That's not the tiny ones. That's pretty good. Hey, hey, Mike. When did you come in here? I didn't see you. There you are. So, does air fried food taste fried, baked, or broiled? Ask the people who are using one. I haven't used one yet. My air fryer chicken tasted fried and delicious. Just looked online for my model. I went on Facebook and it said you were live. Yep, I be live. I had problems in the beginning with sound, but then I switched cameras from my iPad when I was outside to my webcam in here, and it worked. So I'm on OBS now with my webcam in the house. But I did get everybody a tour of the gardens outside. Have seen those on TV, and they look great. Small kitchen, so I have to be selective on new purchases. New to your channel. Love you. Oh, you're going to make me cry. Thank you, Jeannie. Sandra's Homespun Life. I have an air fryer catfish recipe on my channel. Mine tastes fried. That's good to hear. I'll have to look that one up, Sandra. Okay, I'm getting back to corn and corn cob jelly. Oh, that sounds great. Why haven't I ever tried to make that? I mean, how many times do we throw out corn cobs and don't do anything with them? Corn cob jelly, it's probably delicious. Gotta run, shooting a video from my channel on instant yogurt. See you later. Bye, Homemaker on the Homestead. Thanks for coming by. I would be a mod if you want. Okay, I have to figure out. Now, Anna, do you have a channel? I'm just not clear if I can put people without channels on. Mike probably knows if Mike's still in here. Who can I make mods, Mike? Can I put people who just have like emails and Facebook links, or do I have to have somebody that has a channel? Because I know it asks for a channel URL when I try and make a mod. Okay, will do. And I love corn. So, Diane, I'll have to look for that video. In fact, let me click here and see if I'm a subscriber. Go to channel. Now, you folks know that if you see anybody in here, oh, I'm not subscribed. Okay, I am now. Diane, I just subscribed to your channel. Anybody who's in here, you can hover your cursor over their comment, and off to the right, you'll see 3 little dots. If you click on those dots, it'll say go to channel. And you do that, you won't leave here, you'll still be on the chat, but it'll take you to their channel and you can subscribe to their channel that way, so you don't have to go hunting them down later. So in case you didn't know that, that's the easy way to do it. If you see somebody in a chat and you want to subscribe, hover the cursor over their comment, click on the three dots that's on the right, and then click go to channel, and then you can subscribe, and you come right back here, and you never leave this channel, this live page. You're welcome, Diane. I'm happy to subscribe. Living on a dime. Usually to make a comment, you have to have a channel, even if nothing on it. You should be able to click on the right side. Sarah, echo in here. To make and one option is to make a moderator. Oh, that part I didn't know. I thought I had to do it down below. Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Okay, well, I'm going to make Allison, do you mind if I make you a moderator? I'm going to do it. If you don't like it, I'll take it off. But, okay, Allison Butter is now, Allison Butter Butler is now moderator for your channel. And, let's see. Sure. All right. Now, who else? And Mike, I know you got enough to do. But I'm going to make you one anyway. And then if you're here, fine. If you're not, fine. Okay, go to channel. And, oh, you already are. Duh. I'm looking right at your wrench. Okay, you already are. And Allison, to receive the powers of the internet, just hit refresh and you should have a wrench. Oh, you do. There you go. Well, I don't know if you do on your screen, but you do on mine. Okay. I love butter. Okay. Now there was somebody else who said they would like to mod. And there we go, Anna. But I don't know if she has a add moderator. Okay, Anna. You now have the power. All right. I think I'm subbed to everyone else. Yep. So go through here and might as well sub to everybody and support each other and give any shout out you want for channels that you like. Shout out your own channel if you want to have some more subs. That's fine. And when I get off here, I'm going to check my subs again. I don't think I can see it here. But when I got on, I was only 12 away from 2,000. So when I hit 2,000, we're going to have the giveaway. I'm a rat slayer. We always say, you're a wrench wench. A wrench wench, Allison. You got the power of the wrench. And what do we say for the fellas? Like Mike would be, wait a minute, I got it. Not a wrench. Oh, there was something for the fellas too. I have to think about what it was. BanDana, Diane is a wonderful teacher. You will love her channel. Thank you, Allison. Troll Patrol. That's right. That's good. Troll Patrol. I want that mop. Well, make sure you check off everything in the list to qualify for the drawing. It's going to be a random drawing. I've never used that randomizer, but I'm going to give it a whirl. And you'll reach it really soon, BanDana. I hope so. I only need 12. So maybe in the next few days. I want that mop so it makes my days easier. Yeah. Okay, I've been on here a long time, and I'm probably going to have to edit out the parts that didn't have sound. So I'm going to get off here, and I thank you all for coming by and being part of my channel. Love you all. Encourage each other. Be sweet. And I'll see you next time, either in video or Maybe later when I do some canning. Bye, all.